have wondered for years what NASA cameras may have managed to capture in outer space.
Franklin, we see a long line.
These shocking video sequences might prove once and for all that NASA knows UFOs are navigating just above the Earth and dangerously close to our space shuttle missions.
When I saw the tape, I realized that I was looking at very exciting, incredible footage that has never before been seen by the public.
David Cerrito once worked for the US Defense Department and has been studying NASA's possible interest in UFOs for over 15 years. He believes that this incident, which has since become legendary on the internet as the Tether incident, may prove UFOs are real. February 25, 1996, 100 miles above Africa, an experimental satellite system attached to a 12-mile-long electricity conducting tether suddenly breaks. Within moments, the satellite drifts almost 100 miles away. Nitrogen gas gathers around the tether, effectively turning it into a gigantic fluorescent light in space. Incredibly, it seems to attract some strange company.
You see a swarm of what may be UFOs flying around it, and then we see the cameras zoom in on these objects, and we see giant discs passing behind this tether.
But the astronauts involved in the mission seem to have a more mundane explanation. But is it simply debris, as is often claimed by NASA when looking at alleged UFOs in space? Watch what happens when the camera zooms in.
What we're seeing on the screen here appears very small, but if you blew this up, you would see that these objects are enormous in size. This UFO here, I measured approximately 2 to 3 miles in diameter against a 12-mile length of the tether. If it's further behind the tether than I think, it could be much larger.
The potential size of these UFOs is clearly mind-boggling, and according to Cerrito, so is the advanced technology behind them. Would a piece of space junk pulsate in a regular pattern, as we see here?
This spiral, to me, suggests a gravity wave that is stronger than light. This, to me, is proof, in quantum physics, that these UFOs are utilizing very advanced forms of gravity energy and zero-point energy.
Cerrito believes the US space program does not yet possess this technology, nor the capability to perform the startling maneuvers displayed by these UFOs caught on tape during another mission.
If you look over here, you're going to see something that a meteorite cannot do. You're going to see a high-speed, angular turn, and the object continues. The G-forces on a turn like this would have flattened any astronaut into a pancake.
Could all these objects be written off as mere space debris, as NASA contends? If that's so, then how can they explain this eye-opening footage of UFOs forming above the Earth?
As these UFOs reach their positions in the circle, they light up, showing incredible intelligence. There we see a UFO light up right in the middle of the circle. This shows intelligence.
Whatever the UFOs videotaped by NASA cameras are, there's no doubt that back down on Earth, they continue to be filmed over every major country around the globe. During a 5-month-long wave of UFO sightings in Peru in February 1999, 2 photographers captured the same object on the very same evening, just outside Lima. The next night, this mysterious craft was caught on tape again for a full 40 minutes as it hovered above the nearby town of Pueblo Libre. Look at this red glow on the object's underside. Later, 3 distinct white lights appear on top. Jim Coran finds the images baffling. May 15, 1996, Quito, Ecuador. A round object was spotted in the night sky. Again, the craft exhibited an elaborate array of lights. No known man-made object or aircraft looks like this. These unexplainable UFOs videotaped over Israel have never been sighted anywhere else in the world. Some believe the Holy Land may hold special significance for visitors from other worlds. Even Israeli television has broadcast images of possible UFOs on the news. However, according to Charmish, the Israeli military has secretly viewed UFOs as a possible threat.
In order not to tell him.
This extraordinary footage may actually show a UFO being tracked by an Israeli military jet.
Closer, brighter, and I didn't understand what it was.
But what happened next is even more baffling. Visually, it appears as though the objects are interacting. Notice how the two seem to be checking each other out. But who is following who? Is the plane a fighter jet awaiting further instruction from the ground? Or is the orb engaging the jet in a little fun? The two seem to cross paths before the jet flies out of frame.
It's an electronic mouse game, two disc, and this disc kind of bopping away from the waves of the beams. I think it was just playing with this plane.
Even NASA's own cameras are capturing strange objects that seem to demonstrate technology that might be more advanced than our own. Could we be getting closer to answering the questions these videos increasingly raise?
I et 7 minutter langt opptak vises for første gang objektene som så mange i dette området har sett. Det er filmet en sen desemberkveld av en kvinne, og hennes mann var også observatør.
Dette der er stort, og det kom sigende sakte fra en retning, sa hun.
Opptakene er gjort på 2 forskjellige kvelder, en gang i skikkelig ruskevær. Kvinnen kjøpte seg videokamera etter å ha sett fenomenet, uten å ha blitt trodd, og fikk disse opptakene.
Det stråla opp og stråla ned fra selve fjoset. Og så for det bakover, og så kom det fort imot den etter en stund, og da begynte det å forandre seg. Her er nabohuset, det er utlampen, og her er stue også faktisk. Dette her der står omtrent over her, lenger bak da, her huset. For her er det en åsrygg, skjønner du.
Det er flere holdepunkter på filmen som viser at objektet enten varierer i størrelse eller beveger seg. Det har også et mønster som hele tiden er det samme. UFO Norge ville ha gransket filmen, men kvinnen som tok den ønsker ikke å stå fram.
Ja, det er merkelig, vet du.
Kvinnen forteller at lyset ved en anledning slo seg av da det kom en bil i nærheten. Lignende observasjoner har også flere andre gjort. Det er sett rekker med lys og objekter på dagtid med forskjellige former. Og organisasjonen UFO Norge snakker allerede om det som kalles Namdalsfenomenet, nye filmen. Se bare på hvordan det klare, store objektet blir mindre og mindre, for så å forsvinne i en voldsom fart ut mot havet.
In 1967, a UFO allegedly deactivated several American nuclear weapons by hovering near the weapons silos in Montana. Robert Salas was in the underground bunker. The absence of evidence is not necessarily evidence of